Jail warden says former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort gets no special privileges behind bars even though he's listed as a VIP inmate. Former Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort may be listed as a VIP inmate in a Virginia jail, but that doesn't mean he gets any special privileges while awaiting trial. Manafort is cooling his heels at the Northern Neck Regional Jail in rural Virginia, the same prison that housed ex-NFL star Michael Vick and singer Chris Brown. He was locked up on Friday after a judge revoked his bail amid allegations of witness tampering in special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into Russia's role in the 2016 election. The jail's online database listed Manafort's name and inmate number and showed he was assigned to the VIP 1 housing unit in the 500-bed facility. Superintendent Ted Hull told NBC News that Manafort is not getting any special privileges and that the public listing was a mistake. He usually keeps information about high-profile inmates out of the public domain. By Monday morning, Manafort's name had vanished from the list, the network reported. But Hull said he was getting calls from people about the listing. "I've probably gotten a dozen calls, people saying, I want to know why he's in VIP," he said. He described the designation as one for high-profile persons. "All that is a name and number," Hull said. "It's a small, fully functional, self-contained cell unit for high-profile inmates." Hull said a regular jail unit would have between 8 and 16 cells with a common shower and day room. But the VIP unit has everything in one place for a single inmate. Manafort is in the same cell Vick occupied after his dogfighting conviction. Hull would not discuss what kind of clothing Manafort is allowed to wear or any details of his routines. "There's no special privileges for him," he told NBC News. "There's nothing special about him beyond the notoriety of his particular situation." The jail is about 2 hours outside of Washington, D.C. Manafort is able to video conference with his attorneys, according to the jail's website. He also is allowed to have no-contact visits, with a glass partition separating him and his loved ones, and an iPad-like tablet that lets him make jail-recorded phone calls, listen to music and play solitaire, NBC News reports. Manafort has pleaded not guilty to money laundering, tax fraud and bank fraud conspiracy charges in Mueller's investigation. Earlier this year, a Washington, D.C., judge set Manafort's trial date for September 17, just weeks before the 2018 midterm elections. Trump has sought distance from his former campaign chief, arguing Manafort was only with the 2016 team for a short time. And on Friday, after Manafort's bail was revoked, the president said the action was very unfair. Northern Neck Prison, which opened in 1995, has dealt with famous faces before. Vick, the former Atlanta Falcons quarterback, spent more than 2 months there in 2007 after a dogfighting conviction, and returned there years later as part of a documentary about his life. Brown was at Northern Neck for 3 days in 2014 while he was awaiting trial for allegedly assaulting a man outside a Washington hotel. Northern Neck has a contract with the federal government to hold inmates awaiting trial in U.S. District Court, like Manafort is. Until last week, Manafort had been on house arrest in his Alexandria, VA luxury condo on a $10 million bond with 2 ankle monitors since his arrest in 2017. But Mueller's office convinced a judge to rule that he should be incarcerated for allegedly trying to contact and influence 2 potential witnesses in his conspiracy, money laundering and fraud case.